Hey, David, a big expansion project in Green Bay could now see further delay. The Port of Green Bay announced today they missed out on a critical $25 million federal raise grant. It was intended to bridge the funding gap for the construction of a new port terminal and the relocation of the coal piles along the Fox River. The project's cost has surged to $49 million, far exceeding any initial estimates. News 10 Emily Riley tells us how local leaders are responding to the latest setback.
So far, Brown County has secured around $30 million from various sources for the project. But the relocation of the coal piles will be gradual and rely on future agreements. City leaders like Senator Eric Wimberger expressed disappointment in missing out on the grant.
The port facility would be a fundamental transformation of the Green Bay area, downtown at least. Over there at the mouth of the Fox, not only are there, boat slips that need to be repaired, but, perhaps some environmental remediation.
As we reported earlier this week, Appleton's Valley Transit secured one of 2 raise grants awarded to Wisconsin projects. The city of Waukesha was also awarded just over $1 million. Despite the setback in funding for Green Bay's project, city leaders say it will still move forward. It will involve dredging the Fox River, constructing rail and road infrastructure, and developing a new terminal. Dean Hine, the director of the Port of Green Bay, said in part, quote, "We will continue to work with our partners to develop a state-of-the-art port facility while also working with them on mutually beneficial goals such as riverfront development," end quote. Meanwhile, Green Bay Mayor Eric Genrich spoke about the issue on social media. He said, quote, "The city remains committed to this transformational opportunity. Progress on a project of this scale rarely proceeds in a straight line. In the days ahead, we will be exploring a variety of options with our public and private partners to get it done," end quote. City leaders say we can now expect a revised timeline for the project. In Green Bay, Emily Riley, Action 2 News.